Naive allocation refers to a method where resources or investments are distributed based on simplistic or intuitive criteria rather than thorough analysis or optimization. It involves allocating resources in a way that seems straightforward or intuitive, but may not be the most efficient or effective approach. Naive allocation prioritizes simplicity and ease of decision-making over complexity and thorough analysis. Instead of investing time and effort into evaluating various options or conducting detailed analyses, decision-makers may opt for quick, intuitive judgments based on readily available information or heuristics. Naive allocation often relies on rule-of-thumb approaches or mental shortcuts to guide resource allocation decisions. These heuristics may involve allocating resources based on factors such as historical precedent, perceived fairness, or subjective preferences, rather than objective criteria or data-driven analysis. Naive allocation may overlook alternative allocation strategies or fail to consider the full range of options available. Decision-makers may default to familiar allocation methods or stick to traditional practices without critically evaluating whether they are the most appropriate or efficient approaches given the current context or objectives. One of the main drawbacks of naive allocation is the risk of suboptimal outcomes. By relying on simplistic decision-making processes, organizations or individuals may miss opportunities to allocate resources in a way that maximizes value or achieves desired outcomes. This can result in inefficiencies, missed opportunities, or unintended consequences. Naive allocation is susceptible to biases and subjectivity, as decisions may be influenced by personal preferences, cognitive biases, or social dynamics, rather than objective criteria or evidence. This can lead to inconsistencies, unfairness, or decisions that are not aligned with the best interests of stakeholders. Naive allocation may lack adaptability or responsiveness to changing circumstances or new information. Decision-makers may be reluctant to deviate from established allocation practices or adjust their approach in light of evolving priorities, market conditions, or performance feedback. While naive allocation has its limitations, it's essential to recognize that simplicity can sometimes be advantageous, especially in situations where resources are limited or time is constrained. However, decision-makers should strive to strike a balance between simplicity and rigor by incorporating basic decision criteria, considering relevant data or evidence, and periodically reassessing allocation strategies to ensure alignment with objectives and changing conditions. While naive allocation may offer simplicity and convenience, it's important to be mindful of its limitations and actively strive to improve decision-making processes through analysis, evidence-based approaches, and alternative allocation strategies.